Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? It's Tuesday, it's gym day, it's sparring day, fight day. You dig? I'm gonna go home, kick my feet up for a minute, crank some undisputed. I ain't gotta cook today for the youngins, man. I got some leftover. Miss Getty is my daughter, my baby girl calls her my daughter, Miss Getty. Not spaghetti, it's Miss Getty. You dig? So they can, devour that shit, and I can just kick it for the next few hours before I go to the gym. But peep game, I want to get into this shit, man. And that's Bob Arum, right, just came out in an interview and stated what the Turk is, that if these fighters want to be compensated properly, then they're gonna have to fight in the UK or over in Saudi Arabia, not in America. Breathe on that for a minute, man. The dude with the deepest pockets who's making all these injections into the sport is telling you the only place you can get compensated to fight at, the way you want to be compensated, is across the pond and not here in America. If that right there ain't telling you enough to get your head out your ass and humble yourself, and that this ain't the center of the universe no more, then I don't know what is, man. I don't dig for a lot of these interviews and nothing like that. I don't do it. I don't really have the time to. You dig? I just don't have the time to. You dig? The only thing, I hear some shit and I'll come over here and I'll do a look. I'll do a slight research on it, and I'll come over here and I'll give my personal analysis on it. So for when I come across this information, it's usually secondhand. But usually all the information that all content creators are gonna get is gonna be secondhand unless they're hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. But a lot of times, they go and they seek out this information. That's just not me, my nigga. If I come across some shit, I come across it and we speak on it. But this is a particular topic that I've been talking about for some time because you niggas, y'all just want to still live in this utopia that we are still the center of the universe and that all things boxing must go through us. And because of that, it's just so many different, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so many different uh concoctions and elements that's at play, that's causing the deterioration for boxing in this country. You dig what I'm saying? I don't get how you can be that dismissive and nonchalant of what's taking place here in America, man. I still have people arguing with me that, oh, we produce the greatest boxers, and I'm like, all right, cool. When you start running down the champions and you realize a lot of these champions are foreign fighters, they'll start talking to you about the historical fighters that graced this sport. And it's like, yo, bro, you can't do that because that was then, this is now. That was then, this is now. The UK has never been on fire like it is now, despite the Lennox Lewises, despite Nigel Benn, despite Chris Eubank Sr., you dig, despite Kawasaki, despite Frotch, despite Kessler, despite all of these past greats, the UK has never been on fire more so than it is now. Australia has never been known as a hotbed for the sport of boxing. You had twos and fews come up out of there, but the multitude of cats that we got out of there now: Sky Nicholson, Ebony Bridges, Jairo Pataya, George Kambosos, Tim and Nikita Zoo, Justice Hooney. You dig? It's just it's no, Sir Nika Johnson is from New Zealand, or is she Aussie? I don't know. Regardless, it's just Liam Pyro. It's too many names to mention in Australia to where it's like it's a string of champions and contenders coming from that country. Asia is on fire right now, man. Ever since the Eastern Bloc, them Ukrainians and them Russians decided, they ever since they've graced the sport, I want to say what the mid '90s or whatever, man, they've been detonating shit. They've been detonating shit, man, and you see a distinct difference in how them cats fight. All of them have really good feet. All of them, or the majority of them, have really good feet. You dig? America is not at the center of the universe, man, but because our history is so potent and so vibrant up here, we get caught up in the in living off the legends of the past, and we'll ignore what the fuck is happening right now. You don't need to come over here to be successful in America. That's it. Tim Zoo's problem, man. He's suffering from a lot of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgia that Americans are suffering from. You want to make it here in America. I want to make it America, 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 America. When you could do drag out numbers in your homeland. You dig what I'm saying? Monster in a way. He doesn't need America. Whenever a country doesn't need you, and a country is in a position of where they're creating more stars and notable names in their respective homeland. I mean, shit, man. Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua just did drag out numbers in the UK, 96,000 in a fucking arena, bro. That shit is only person to really put that many, that many people in the arena was Canelo in Texas with 70K. Outside of Canelo, what other fighter in America is able to do some shit like that? When Canelo retires, who's the next one up to take the mantle here in America? There's not one fighter that's prepared to take on the promotional responsibilities and marketing ability of a Canelo Alvarez. There's not one in America. There's not one. Not one. Niggas can say whatever the fuck it is they want to say about Tank, man, but he's not that guy. He's not that guy right now. He's not that dude. Could he sell out T-Mobile or one of those, a Vegas arena? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. He has that much of a name. They'll come out and see him, you dig? But will he get the same amount of viewership here in America as in comparison to someone like Canelo? No, and history has proven that. He did allegedly 300K when he fought Frank Martin. That ain't moving the needle. You dig? As far as a superstar caliber talent is concerned, no, that's just not the move. That's not the move. The allure in the American market has dissipated so much because just a lot of these fighters want to be finesse fighters. They want to be the grit is gone. You dig? It's astronomical prices, putting everything behind a paywall. Y'all never have to leave y'all block. Everybody got to come and see y'all. It's just so many different elements that that's circulating right now that has us in a position where I'm fearful what it's going to look like in the next 10 years. When you got a dude who's putting this much money into the sport and he's telling you, we can do it in America, but the only way you're going to see some money is if you come over there to Saudi Arabia or the UK, as opposed to where if this was the early 2000s, could you imagine how much Manny Pacquiao and Floyd would have made if Turki Al-Sheikh was involved with the sport at that time? Could you imagine? Could you imagine a Cotto versus Canelo fight? Like that shit would have been massive with the backing of the Saudis, bro. That would have been more. That'd have been bigger than what it is. That's one of Canelo's best selling pay per views. But that'd have been bigger than what Canelo and Golovkin. Yikes! Yikes! You dig what I'm saying? You dig me? So it's like that right there is a really that should be a daunting reality to y'all. And not just to the to the fighters, but the fans abroad, because I don't know, niggas don't realize how much y'all accommodate the fighters as well. You dig? When your name is buzzing on Twitter and in social media spaces, you think that somehow is going to translate into viewership, and it's just not how it works, bro. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. So you gotta I think this is a really good time for reflection, man. Like, yo, what can we do to make sure that the Turk doesn't forget us? Because I'm telling you, man, after a while, there's no reason for me to be in America. There's no reason for me to even try to. No, it's pointless. It's a dead market. You dig? All hands need to be on deck in the sport of boxing. All hands need to be on deck, man. All the it's filthy work, man. How many Americans do we have that are champions in divisions higher than 147 pounds and below 130 pounds? 26 and 22 is all sold up. If Asians got 26, No, Robesi isn't a champion no more at 126 pounds. Who's a Nick Ball? We just saw Nick Ball, Debo a belt off of fucking Cameron, off of Cam Ford. Who else is up there? Is it Ray Vargas who's a champion? I'm not sure, but we don't have a huge presence at 126 right now, man. The only hope we got is Carrington and Shushu. You dig? We're notable between 30, really 30 and 47, maybe even 54. You can say that, but between 30 and 47, those are really the only divisions that we have in the chokehold. That's it. And maybe you could say 154 with Charlo, with Lubin, with who Bud is up there right now. Who else we got up there, man? It's a densely populated division, man. But the fighters, they're foreign fighters, man. They're foreign fighters up there. The champions, man. Bohachuk and what's my man name? Not Bohachuk, but Murtazaliev, Bakram Murtazaliev, and Madrimov. Foreign fighters, European fighters. Uzbek and a Russian. And y'all got the nerve to, you know what I'm saying, walk around with your nose in the air, bro. I don't understand how Americans can be just this nonchalant when it comes to the sport and speak as if, we still them niggas, bro. We ain't got, like, there's no competition in the world. I don't get that. I don't get that, man. It's like it's never been more vivid of a picture than it is now for y'all to get y'all head out y'all ass and get on this boat. Like, nah, man, we need to restore America back to glory. We need to do that because it's just not being done. Even when we got cats like Shakur, who was an incredible talent, man, an incredible talent, man, and just look how he conducts himself now. To his benefit, he's trying to fight the fights. He's trying to fight the fights, man, but he's so defensively minded that it turns people off to watching his fights. So they're not going to see how talented he is. They're going to be dismissive of how talented he is because he's so defensively sound and so defensively minded. You dig? Devin Haney. Devin Haney isn't even a boring fighter. Devin Haney is a dude who will sit there in the pocket and bang out with you. But look how he's conducting himself in this Ryan Garcia situation. Y'all talking about fucking enrolling Nevada, and the dude ain't even fucking, he's not even, he can't even fight for another half of a year. And you talking about enrolling Nevada 6 months out from his suspension, man. Like, this is charades. The Twitter beefing, man, I don't mind the Twitter beef. Because anything can bring sizzle and excitement to a fight. So it ain't so much the Twitter beefing, but when I'm seeing more of a presence of you on Twitter than I am, I won't even say that. When I'm seeing more of a presence of you on Twitter, and that's intertwined with the other little buster shit that you doing, bro, it's a turn off. I'm completely desensitized to Ryan and Devin Haney, bro. I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck no more. I don't. I'm just that much turned off to it. Like, all right, man, I'll see y'all when y'all finna fight again. I'll see y'all then. It's like, yo, just this past stable, this past generation of fighters, man, it's just like, man, just the fall from glory is wild, bro. Once the PBC came into went to fruition, man, just all of the, just how lame they moved over there, man. Just how lame they moved, just wanting to keep your fighters away from certain fights. Everything got to be in-house. If we fight, it's going to be over here on this platform. Just this Cold War, man. Just everything is just so y'all stay on y'all side of the fence and we're going to stay on ours. And while that's happening, you got the UK coming into fruition and just Debo and shit. Queensberry and Matchroom. Look at how they moving, man. Look at how they moving. Eddie Hearn never stopped his fighters from going over and fighting on the Queensberry show. He like, yo, John Ryder, go get that. Alicia, go get that. Y'all go handle that. Bring me them belts back. Or go get your opportunity to fight Canelo so we can air it over here on this platform. We need all hands on deck, man. Because at this point, dude, bro, I fear what's gonna happen to boxing when Canelo retires, bro. Because it's nobody ready to take the mantle and shoulder the responsibility that comes with being a draw like Canelo is. And that shit is sickening. That shit is it's fucking filthy, man. It's filthy. It's filthy fucking work. We up here bickering amongst ourselves, man, playing politics, yo, wrong side of the street and all that shit to the point where y'all will keep a generational talent in Terrence Crawford off of y'all graphics on y'all broadcast, man. Just little goofy shit like that. Little goofy shit like that. We gonna play top ranked. We gonna do all that sucker shit, man. If Bud was in any other country, that man would be revered as a fucking icon. But because he's American born, look at how he's being mistreated. It's just the lamest shit in the world. Y'all intentionally blocked that man from fighting the fights that he wanted to fight in. To the point now where he's in position to pick and choose who he wants to fight. Bud can be a motherfucker who's keeping the welterweight division alive. Because them two motherfuckers in particular who want to fight him, and Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman, now they practically begging for that. They practically begging for him to fight. And he like, fuck y'all. No, I'm not fighting y'all. No, I'm good. Now look at y'all. I'm just saying, man, like, we need all hands on deck to restore boxing back to its glory, bro. In America. We need all hands on deck. So when you got somebody who's as invested in the sport as Turkey Al-Ashik is, to the point where he's even on the video games, pouring into the video games, he's doing that. And he's telling you right now, if you want to get compensated the way you want to be compensated, you can't fight. I'm not doing nothing in America. If you want to have a show in America, you're not going to get paid the way that you want to get paid. I just feel like that's a pretty daunting, thing to say. That right there should be enough to tell a motherfucker, all right, bro, it's something that we got to do different. It's something we got to do different. America ain't shit, dog. Let's get to that conclusion so we can start to rectify that notion, man. America ain't shit. And after you say that a few times, maybe it hits you to the point where you're like, all right, man, let's do what we got to do, man. Because my nigga, the shit is sad, man. The shit is sad. Nobody, man, listen, there's no swagger like America, man. Everybody emulates American culture. We're the pinnacle of culture. Nobody plays ball like we play ball. Nobody talk like how we talk that talk up here, man. We're the pillars of culture on a global scale. And now sports that we've dominated for decades, for years, they don't even need us anymore to be fucking. They don't even need us. We almost second tier, man. As I've stated before, man, half of the top 10 players in the NBA are foreigners. They're foreigners, bro. Our presence is evaporating, or the necessity to have us in these enclaves is evaporating rapidly. We're not a necessity like we once were. And the minute we figure that out, we acknowledge it, I feel like we can move a little bit better. I feel like we can begin to restore our glory. But you niggas gotta stop, man. You niggas, hey, yo, it's time to stop all the Twitter banging. Bang on Twitter, but also bang in the ring and get that shit over the line, man. We shouldn't have to be talking, months on end about getting a potential fight. Man, like, that's just doing too much. That's just doing too much. We don't need to have the domestic level talent waiting until both of them are champions and both of them are superstars and all that goofy shit. Nah, we don't need that, because everybody's not gonna be no superstar. Everybody's not gonna be no star. Most boxers are gonna be respectable fighters in the sport. 95% of boxers is not gonna cross over to superstardom. It's just not gonna happen. That's a select few, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just because you're more notable to the fans, that doesn't mean you're gonna go in there and just waltz over a nigga who don't nobody know. It's just not what it is. You dig? But the domestic level talent does not need to be waiting until they're at a certain level of prestige within the with the as far as marketing is concerned, man. You play yourself out of position when you do that dumb shit. The shit is corny, man. The shit is corny. All this shit is causing the deterioration of American boxing. And alongside a multitude of things, man. I seen somebody say, man, the exclusivity deals. Yeah, hey, that speaks to the sides of the street shit. You dig? All of this shit plays a factor. All of it plays a factor. Y'all niggas just refuse to acknowledge that shit and get past it. You dig? Y'all niggas is not gonna be happy until y'all fighting on Thursdays. All y'all niggas is back on what was that? Not boxing after dark, but the Boxino tournaments that they used to throw on fucking ESPN. Y'all ain't gonna be happy till y'all all fighting on that again. Boxing is a forgotten about sport in America, and we have fights on ESPN, and they don't even air those fights. They don't talk about those fights. You don't hear about none of the fight. I didn't hear about Lomachenko until Teofimo on First Take. That following Monday. I didn't hear about that shit. I didn't hear about Teofimo and Josh Taylor. I didn't hear about Josh Taylor and fucking Jose Ramirez. We didn't hear shit about Robezy knocking out Abraham Nova. We didn't hear shit about Oscar Valdez knocking out fucking Berchot. We didn't hear about that shit. We didn't hear about, and these was all damn good fights. We didn't hear about Navarrete beating the shit out of Oscar Valdez. We didn't hear about none of that shit, man. We didn't. We didn't hear about Oshaki Foster allegedly, not allegedly, but getting robbed by Conceição. We didn't hear about that. All these fights happen on ESPN. It got no coverage on First Take. It got no coverage on Get Up. It got no coverage, man. We don't hear about football, baseball, and basketball during the playoffs on these shows. They're leading the shows. That's at the top of the discussion when when them shows come on. They introduce themselves, they have, they shoot the shit for, a few minutes. All right, now let's get into this topic. Show, games that don't even go down on ESPN, like during Christmas, the Christmas games that air on ABC and shit like that. You're going to hear about those on ESPN, on Get Up, on First Take. You're going to hear about all them motherfuckers, man. You're going to hear about it. And y'all are not, I don't see how y'all don't get that. I don't see how y'all don't get that. Y'all aren't household names in your own country. Y'all are, it's filthy. It's filthy, man. So what are y'all gonna do to restore that? That's a serious question. What y'all gonna do to restore that? How y'all get back to the glory years of yesterday in 2024 and beyond? Because this is bad, man. This is bad. When you have a foreigner who's willing to pay, but he sees how dilapidated the American market is, and he's like, nah, man, no. Y'all come over here and fight. And y'all minds are so warped and so psyop that y'all would think that shit, I don't need you anyway. That man that put easily 10 M's in your pocket and you talking, oh, I'm America. I don't want to go over there and fight over there. I don't want to inconvenience myself and just wild shit, man. Like, yo, y'all dudes is a trip. You fight over there, that's how you begin a global fan base, man. Wow, like why is motherfuckers so against fighting on different soils and shit? This is not basketball. This ain't hockey. This ain't baseball. This ain't football. There's none of those sports, man. Boxing is none of that. There's a point in time where boxing was everything, man. Every kid in the hood wanted to go brawl out. Every kid in the hood wanted to learn how to brawl out. Basketball is just went on a whole new plateau. AAU basketball is being played at the highest level it's been played ever before. Got all these content creators out here playing, making basketball content. It's just at a reasonably high level. We don't get that same thing in the sport of boxing, man. It just doesn't happen, and people, fighters seem to be content with that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just it's sad, it's sickening. So what y'all niggas gonna do to fix it? My job is to call the bullshit out and speak on it, which is what I'm doing now. Call it out and speak on it. That's all I can do as a consumer, as a fan of the sport, and as a minuscule content creator. And hopefully this shit catches the right motherfucking ear and motherfuckers, oh yo, man, that shit does make sense. Or enough people who echo the same sentiment as me, man, and let it be known, yo, bro, we gotta fix this shit. Because at this pace, there is no, there isn't a two, there isn't but a couple of Devin and Ryan to sell. Tank and another notable fighter from America will sell, but not enough to stand on their own. That's sad. Nobody is fit to take the mantle from Canelo. Nobody is fit at this point in time. Nobody. So let's do it. Let's get some shit handled the proper way and get, you know what I'm saying, restore boxing back to its glory years in 2024 and beyond. And make sure that the Turk doesn't want to ever leave this market. You dig? This isn't a fertile market right now. This isn't a fertile market. Teofimo Lopez is a fucking, you know what Bob Arum say, dude, Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, just shit like that, man. Just fuck Teofimo Lopez. But all in all, man, America needs to get their shit together, because when a foreigner is over here not even giving a fuck about trying to make a splash over here, that's a problem, man. Especially when he's a billionaire and got infinite amount of money, man. Get y'all shit together, American fighters. Otherwise, get left behind, because we in the process of getting left behind. Yo, y'all be easy. Deuces.